for the last 10 years, I know it's been just believing in faith that God would fulfill His word to us, that this would be ours at someday. We didn't know the time, we didn't know how He was going to do it.
In about 1987, I met Terry at our Central American conference, and we just clicked it off. I knew here was a man that had committed his life to advancing the kingdom. It just happened to be he was called to Costa Rica. And at that point, I began to understand Costa Rica, it's a great country. It's an easy country to come to and a great place to establish a launching pad for global missions in Latin America.
When we did our DTS in 1985, we went to our base director in Miami, Florida, and presented the idea of someday opening a base in Costa Rica. In 1989, we were finally released to form a pioneer team to come down here and open up the first YWAM base, which we did in 1990. We were on rental properties. We probably had 3 different rental properties before we found this place. But in 1997, the Lord opened up the door for us to move on to this place. It wasn't for sale at the time, so we've been here full-time now for 21 years on this property.
Now, in my walk with the Lord, I'm always trying to hear His particular indicators, His words, and kind of connecting the dots. The base here had a strong word, but it was about purchasing the property.
We began praying and asking the Lord, well, do you want us to stay here, or we're supposed to move and find another place? And the Lord kept speaking to us, no, this is the place, this is where I want you to stay. All the other doors seemed to close.
And I began to look for people that had the gift of giving and was able to make the level of contribution to purchase the property. Well, about 3 years ago, I began to asking. I began sharing with people. Let's establish YWAM Heredia in Costa Rica and launch out from there to the world, to Africa, different parts of the world, with missionary training to bring salvation to the ends of the earth. And hallelujah, the dear Bernice Sheldon, in honor of her late husband Charlie, made a significant donation, and we've been able to purchase the property. And I think now we're going to move into a new level of dreaming God's dream for the future.
And last year, God spoke to us in a very powerful way that this was the year, that the time was right, that He was going to provide. And sure enough, within 3 months, we received a donation that was large enough for us to put a down payment. So we went to the landowner, we offered her the down payment, she accepted, and here we are today, celebrating God's provision. After 21 years of renting, we can say that now the property is ours.